What is up, everybody? This is Pastor Jared with Freshman Youth Online. This is the whole brand new, not so new anymore, but this new style of teaching we're doing. It's a video podcast, and it airs every Wednesday at 6 p.m. You can catch it on Facebook, on YouTube, on the A Fresh Win app. If you go to our Instagram, click the link in the bio. It gives you the link to go to the YouTube page if you want that, or you can get the app because it's so much better. It helps you keep in touch with what we're doing, like when we do the Wednesdays. So every second Wednesday, we have something special going on. I was just looking at some stuff with John. If it's not the Wednesdays, you can catch us every Sunday morning at 9:30 at the Sunday Devo. On the fourth Sunday, though, that's the good Sunday, John.
There's a party.
I don't know. It's always a party when we're there. But as we can see, John is on this series as well. We kind of spun back and hit John up because we didn't book anybody this week, but we love having John on.
I'm just a fallback. What can I say?
No, you're the fallback that we know. You're the ace in the hole. We know when we get you on, it's going to be like, all right, this is going to be a good episode.
What is that? Where does that come from? Ace in the hole.
You never heard that?
I've never heard that. Just pull a little card out. Look, here's my ace in the hole. I don't want to be the ace in the hole. Get me out of that hole.
All right. John is the guy. I trust you.
I'm just a trustworthy guy.
You are.
I'm a cool, funny,
except to babysit.
Handsome, humble guy.
Uglier than the ugliest person I've ever seen.
Not need to. You let that off a little too quick. He said uglier.
All right, guys. Before we get started and get into the game, I want to ask you a question that is pertaining to this lesson we're jumping into. I want to know what first comes to your mind when you hear the words "justice for all." John, what do you hear? What do you think?
Pledge of allegiance.
Me too. Every time.
Justice for all. It's more like one word. Justice for all.
How fast can you say it though?
Justice for all.
Wow, that was pretty good. I know.
I'm
gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That was
number
decent.
one kid in kindergarten. I said,
get it. All right, so that's the first thing I thought of as well. But if you thought of something different or you thought of that as well, go ahead, comment below.
I did think of Toy Story for 1 second, but then
why Toy Story?
I don't know. Maybe the bear and he dies at the end. Just spoiled Toy Story for him.
Wow.
It's from 1993, isn't it?
John, you just still ruin a little kid.
Older than Jared.
That is older than me, actually. I'm grabbing my phone, not itching my butt, I swear. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to play the game, John. You haven't done this before. What this game is I give you a minute to hear a sound. Okay. Play said sound. I think this is week 5.
Like Birdman.
No, this is week 4. So it's a $20 gift card if you get it.
Okay.
All right. Every week is $5 more. So
$5?
Yep.
Do I get? How much is it this week?
It's compounded. Right now it's 20. I just said that.
I wasn't listening.
You should listen to
me.
See,
that's the secret.
So I'm going to play the sound. You have 1 minute to ask all the questions you want, make all the guesses you want, whatever. After said minute, it locks in at that's your final guess. You get one last guess, and then we're done. One last play, one last guess. It's a quick sound. No, this one isn't super quick, but you got to listen to this one. Yes or no questions mainly.
Yes. Oh, I can ask questions?
Yes.
Okay, word.
Throughout the minute. Ready? So I'm going to hit start.
Are you running your thumb over something?
No. I mean, your thumb might touch, but that's not it.
Sounds like you're dragging someone to their death.
Okay.
Is it like a rope? Like, it's like the sound I think if something was hanging and it would be like.
Keep guessing. I'm gonna say you're going along the lines.
Something creaking, right?
Yeah. You're going along the correct lines with what you just said before that, though. I'm gonna see if you get exactly what it is.
Play it again, bro. One more time.
Oh, sorry.
Is it like a rocking chair?
Nope, you're pushing away from it.
Okay. I have one guess, right?
Yep. I'm gonna just to help you out because you were really close, but I want you to get what it is because you weren't quite right, but you were close. You were real close with one of them. I'm gonna play one more time.
Okay, it was the rope, right?
Maybe.
It's the rope swing in your backyard, isn't it?
It is not.
Dang it.
Nope. That is wrong.
It's something outside, bro. You could hear it because you pulled the camera away and it was like.
So I didn't record that.
Who did?
It was online.
What?
It was online.
Dude, that's cheating. I hope it wasn't. I hope it was stock and they sue you.
It was a stock thing, but it was a free
You said
stock.
I paid for it. I swear.
Yeah. All right. So try again next week. Keep that rope in mind. If you guys have an idea of what you think it is, go ahead and hit us up with it. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, smoke signal, whatever you got to do. Because if you get it before John tells me what he thinks it is, you get the card, not John. Keep that in mind.
Where's it to?
What's that?
Starbucks, you said?
Wherever you want, as long as your parents approve.
Yeah.
That's important. All right, guys. We are kicking off the new series called Justice for All. That's what I want to know. What you think of when you hear the words Justice for All. John, say it real quick for me.
Justice for all.
You were supposed to say it fast again.
Justice for all.
Not like you're prepubescent. I don't know.
Justice for all.
That was just scary. All right. So what is justice? Right? Like that's what a question I'm presenting to you guys. What is justice? Do you think it's punishment?
I think that justice is the correction of incorrect behavior.
Okay.
Through any means.
So, like, is justice a penalty? Oh, so you said through any means. So it could be a penalty.
Well, sometimes you get a scolding.
Okay.
Or sometimes they say, or sometimes you get.
Can justice be misguided?
A firm stare. Yes. Yeah.
All right. And what if
Talk
it
to
is
never mind, my teachers. Whatever.
Doesn't like his teachers? If you're his
No, I
teacher
like my
watching,
teachers.
fail him and everything. What if it is misguided? Can justice turn into something else if it's misguided?
Yeah.
What would you say it turns into?
Torture.
Okay.
At one point, you go beyond just a penance for a sin or an action, and then you turn it into something else.
Okay.
And you're the one.
So what would that word be? It's like justice, but it's not. I wouldn't use torture.
Does anyone have a copy of Webster's nearby? Because I'm not sure, bro.
I was thinking revenge.
Oh, yeah. But what if it's not you? There's been maybe. Personally, it's wrong, you know.
Yeah, no, it could be when it's ourselves, we could be trying to have revenge.
Yeah, like when you're watching a movie and then you celebrate, you're like, 'cause he's dead. It's like,
yes,
wow.
You shouldn't celebrate when people die, John.
Well, they're in a movie. But I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's revenge, not justice.
Yeah, so like your what you want isn't necessarily justice at that point. What you want is revenge. They're actually two different things. And what I'm pointing out here is that in order for justice to be justice, it needs love. It needs to come from a place of love. Even if there's a penalty, even if there is a punishment, right? So if we try to bring justice towards someone but are hostile or mean or getting back at them, it becomes revenge. But that doesn't mean that it's not a penalty or punishment. That's what I'm talking about here. There's a way to be, justice has a penalty almost always.
Yes.
But it's out of a place of love. So we're going to start this whole series. We're going to talk about Joseph and the many colored, I forgot what the show was called.
Multicolored robe?
Yeah, that Joseph. I forgot what the movie was called. But
Joseph and
Technicolor.
And he got thrown on a well.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Anyhow, so we're going to start it off. John let the cat out of the bag. He went too quick with it.
What?
But you talked about next week's.
Oh, sorry.
lesson.
Joseph, he lives. Don't worry.
Nothing bad ever happened to him. It's suspense.
He died. That was the end of the story.
All right, John.
Just stops.
Yeah.
He died.
Yep.
He fell into the well and perished.
You're terrible. You're going to start off with Genesis 37, 1 through 11. You're going to read it for us.
Let me get... Jacob lived in the land where his father had stayed, the land of Canaan. These are the family records of Jacob. At 17 years of age, Joseph tended sheep with his brothers. The young man was working with the sons of Bela and Zipporah. His father's wives, and he, sorry about that.
You're okay.
And he brought a bad report about them to their father. Now Israel loved Joseph more than his other sons because Joseph was a son born to him in his old age. And he made a robe of many colors for him. When his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not bring themselves to speak peaceably to him. Then Joseph had a dream. When he told it to his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. There were binding sheaves of grain in the field. Suddenly my sheaf stood up, and your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf. Are you really going to reign over us?" His brothers asked him. "Are you really going to rule us?" So they hated him even more because of his dream and what he had said. Then he had another dream, and he told his brothers. "Look," he said, "I had another dream, and this time the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to me." He told his father and brothers, and his father rebuked him. "What kind of dream is this that you had?" He said, "Am I and your mother going to bow down to you? Are your brothers going to bow down to you? To the ground before you?" His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind.
All right, guys. So John just read for us and we went on this weird tangent. So we'll probably deleted that. But let's discuss what he just read.
If we didn't, it would suck.
Yes, it would. So we're gonna talk about what John just read. There's no justice in Joseph's story yet. However, there will be. So bear with us as we read it. But what did Joseph's story lack more than anything, do you think, John?
I think
love.
being interesting.
Wow. Hit him.
Very boring story.
It was the beginning.
Wait, are
of
you
the
talking
story.
about his story or
This part
the
passage you
Bibles?
just read?
I thought you were talking about the one that Joseph told me. I'm like, dude, I don't care about your dreams.
Oh, so again, the dreams. Let's talk about the dreams for half a second. So in these dreams, it was clear that his family was bowing to him, and that's why his father rebuked him. That's why his brothers were like, "Dude, you suck."
I think it's a little what's the word when you're
Narcissistic.
narcissistic? His father thought that he was the sun, and it
was imagery.
he said, "I am the center of the solar
It was
system."
the imagery. The sun and the moon were
And
the
then
big
the stars,
and then the stars were smaller. So that was like imagery there. But the hay bales, that was them bowing to him. The whole thing was that Joseph was going to rule them. And this is their youngest brother.
And he's wearing a robe, and he's dripping. He's dripping, frankly.
Like, this kid's already the favorite. This kid's like, it's like John basically telling me that I'm going to bow to him
every
one day.
color.
It's like
probably got purple
John
on it.
telling me that I'm going to bow to him one day. He's my mom's favorite.
And I'm wearing a purple freaking vest. I have a purple coat on.
Just dripping.
in the
right?
700s.
Like,
What is
mad
it?
drip.
What year is this? Whatever year it is, it was hard. They had to crush snails in a mill to get purple, and then they had to dip it in their like extract and pull it out, and that's how his father got that color. So very hard to get, very expensive color.
John, hit us with the history. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, it's true. Look it up.
But it's intriguing.
Purple is the
nonetheless.
rarest color. Yeah.
So let's talk about another passage that is the most loved passage that you'll ever read. It's read at every wedding. It's read at any point in time when you're talking about love. It is 1 Corinthians 13, 1-7. It says, "If I speak human or angelic tongues but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith so that I can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give away all my possessions and I give over my body in order to boast but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it is not boastful, is not arrogant, is not rude, is not self-seeking, is not irritable, and does not keep record of wrongs. Love finds no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things."
If you're at a wedding, this is when you stand up and you say, "Don't get a divorce," and that's Pepsi Cola.
See, there's going to be a lot of editing in this video.
I just drank a little Pepsi, a little bit of the.
So
It's better, Pepsi or Coke.
with that in mind, specifically, like he said, the prophecy, Joseph had a prophecy there. Specifically with that, what could Joseph have done differently? How could he have shown more love to his brothers?
Dude, he shouldn't have been bragging. First of all,
Yep, he was
super proud. He was like, "Look at me, I'm the son." I mean, wait, whatever he was, they were bowing to. I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
They're bowing to me.
He wasn't really patient with where they were at either. Like you should recognize when your brothers hate you.
Yeah, he said. You don't like that dream? Here's another one.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't very kind in it.
No, well, we don't know how he worded it, but he did walk up absolutely icy, just covered.
John is stuck on
like
this
a
rope,
roller,
dude.
like a rink, bro. He just walked up like, "You don't know about this dream I had."
But most of all, Joseph could have been protective to them, right? So Jacob's favoritism had created an imbalance in their family by showing favoritism to Joseph. His brothers were filled with hatred for Joseph, and then justice of their father's favoritism. There's a lot of F's in that sentence. Joseph was arrogant and insensitive to the ways his brothers were hurting. That's the thing is that we don't think about with Joseph's brothers is that this is literally their dad telling them that they aren't as good as their other brother. Like they're angry, they're hostile.
Imagine breaking your back in the field all day and your brother's like, listen to this dream I had.
Exactly. Like they're working for their dad as hard as they can for his appreciation, which was incredibly important in that time period. And all they hear is that their other brother's better. And so there was definitely hurt there. So in this family, there's a lot of hurt. And as we said, when people get hurt, they usually want justice. But what is justice? Justice is when something is just, fair, lawful, or right. But justice can't be the same thing as revenge. if everyone in Joseph's family who had been hurt tried to take revenge on each other, it would never end. There would be constant bad things happening. Their family didn't need more vengeance.
Toxic.
Exactly. They
That's like
needed
a
more
toxic
love.
relationship.
Exactly.
You know?
But not the kind of love that's only communicated with words. They needed the love communicated through actions, like Paul described in 1 Corinthians. Because
wait, I gotta wait. I can describe it to the youth, Jared.
Go ahead.
Revenge is if you text someone and they don't text back for 3 hours. And so to spite them, you don't text back for 3 hours when they respond. And then you keep doing this and you grow distant and then you lose them. See, that's revenge. It's not justice. You understand?
That does make sense. I thought you were going to say something weird, but then that was actually insightful.
Something weird.
Attaboy. But because justice isn't revenge, justice is love in action. That's the main takeaway today. Justice is love in action. So it's easier to act unjustly than it is to act with love. So here are some ways that we can act in love in different areas of our lives. So John, you kick us off with this.
In what ways can you choose love instead of revenge? And be humble instead of prideful, kind and gentle instead of cruel and unjust. Are you Joseph? Are you creating conflict within your relationships and your environment because of your lack of love?
That's a good point.
If you are, quit it.
Exactly. Teaching us, John. So that was in your relationships. You're acting how you can do better. But what about in your community? In what ways can you show love in your school or in your neighborhood or in your community? Even if you didn't cause the problem, how can you put love into action to help solve it, right? So say there's someone getting bullied. You didn't bully the kid. You didn't have anything to do with it. But how can you solve the problem? You can show love to that kid. You can show love to the bully. You can show love to everybody. That love does a lot of good things.
True.
And so it's time to put that in action. John, how can we put love in action?
You can help
in
Jared
the world?
show love. You can show love to Jared by teaching him how to say bully right. Anyway.
You can. So what about in the world, John?
In Joseph's family, his dad loved Jacob the most. Wait. In Joseph's family, Jacob, his father, loved him more than everyone else.
Yes.
Which was a problem. And it caused conflict and division and broke the family up. Like, that's why the brothers hated him in the first place. If you heard about the dream and you were just like, oh, he's my brother, whatever, I don't care. But no, it was the fact that his dad already loved him more and he came with the dream. That's conflict and division. That's when you look at the world and you see all this conflict and division because people are just compounding these acts of revenge and not love.
Yes. So what's the big question with that? What are you trying to propose to them?
When you look around at the world, do you see conflict and division or do you see love and justice?
And if you don't, where are you bringing that love and justice? That's the question. Whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your neighborhood, whether it's in the world, where is there division and conflict, and where are you bringing justice?
You can bring a little love and justice in the world by commenting John Stan.
I don't like that, so I'm not for it.
Commented.
I'm just gonna mute that section.
Dude.
All right, guys, let's pray. Father God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity to get together with John and make a podcast together. I pray, Lord, that we can reach people with this podcast, Lord, that we can make a difference from people putting love in action. And I pray that you can do that in our lives, in the lives of those around us, in the lives of those watching, in the lives of this church, Lord. I pray that we can live closer to you, that we can walk with you, that we can just constantly be in step with you and desire to draw closer to you every day. In your name, amen. All right, guys. You have a great week. I might kick John off for next week because he talks a lot.
I did a good job.
You did a fantastic job. Oh, vogue it, John. Vogue
Is that how that is?
That is. Keep it going.
I was very confused by the.
You were doing it.
I was like,
get it. No, don't act like silly now. You were doing it straight up like Oscar from The Office.
I'm freaking good at that, dude. Actually, new skill discovered.
You guys have a great week.